week I will put together a little video talking about what needs to be done that week. We will go over the weekly checklist and go over the things that you need to do to get your attendance, to get your work that's graded done, like your quizzes or a lab or a project or even a test. So let's go to Blackboard and I'll show you where you're going to go every week to do your weekly work. Once you get into Blackboard, you're going to go to Lessons every week. And when you click Lessons, the week that you're working on will have popped up for you. So we will go to week 1. Once you click on week 1, at the very top you will see the week 1 checklist. So you will click on that week 1 checklist, and I do advise that you print it out and check off things as you complete them. We'll look at that in a minute, but it contains due dates and attendance assignments and all kinds of things that you need. As you scroll down in week 1, you will notice that there are folders for each of the assignments that you will do. In each of those folders is everything that you need, including videos, assignments. There's submission links, just all kinds of information for that particular assignment. You'll also notice that there is a link to my math lab, so you can click there and go in and complete your quizzes and tests. You will also have links to your posts that you're required to do. The Introduce Yourself forum, we've already talked about in another video. And then the next post is about the lessons for week 1. Here you'll notice that I've clicked into the checklist and brought it up. In the checklist, you'll see several different categories, starting with this attendance category. Now, listed under the attendance, which you notice is mandatory, you will see several different things that will apply to attendance. In this case, for week 1, you will have to have completed your course entry quiz to even see this checklist. So if you're in here, that means you have completed it. That course entry quiz is the day that we will mark you as enrolled in the class. Then the next attendance requirement is right here, okay? You would have to do this prerequisite quiz on my math lab, and you have to complete it by the date and time given to be marked present. If you do not and you try to do it late, it doesn't matter. It's not a late grade. It is, you are absent. And then this last attendance is the Introduce Yourself, which we've already talked about, the Introduce Yourself discussion board. Now, if you scroll down in your checklist, you'll have something that says for your grade. So for your grade, you'll be doing online quizzes and an Excel lab for this particular week. You have due dates there when all of these things are required. And then below that, you'll have notes and homework, etc. It will list several things that you need to do. Register for my math lab, obviously. Then we get into section 3.1, and it continues down in the list covering section 3.2 and the Excel lab. In each of those sections, you'll notice it will give you suggested homework out of your book. It will talk about watching a video, possibly in my math lab, or videos that are posted on Blackboard. There's also additional PowerPoints on the Blackboard sites in those folders that have the materials for each section. So now if you scroll down, you'll see section 3.2 with all the information there that you need to complete to learn the material in section 3.2. And down below that, you'll see Excel Lab 1. And you'll notice that your lab manual is posted in the Getting Started button, which I talked about in the Getting Started video. You'll need to print that out to use that throughout the semester. And for this particular lab, this Excel Lab 1, you'll need page 3 and page 13 through 15. If you're not able to print that out for some reason, you can stop by my office during my office hour and pick up a copy of it. So if you go back to lessons and week 1, you'll see the checklist for week 1. You'll see other folders that have information about the different sections that you need to work on, and you'll also see the Excel Lab 1. If you click in there, you will see a video right here, and that will give you some information as to how to work on the practice problems that will help you do the rest of the Excel Lab video. And down below, right here, you will see the Excel Lab submission. That's where you would click in and submit your Excel Lab to me on Blackboard for grading. This is what I plan to do every week with your weekly checklist. If you have any questions, though, make sure you email me.